minutes past 9, today being Wednesday, 17 September 2025. How are you this morning? Hope you are well. Have you asked yourself, can you hear it? Because that was the first thing I did. Can you hear it? The silence is deafening and it's good. You can hear yourself think, you can hear yourself breathe, safe. You can be creative. You can use, if you want to even sleep, you can sleep in peace as well. So good morning once again to you. You're tuned into WFM 917, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. My name is Fumi Bambala, and I want to warmly welcome you to her lens this morning with our ladies, her lens family, talking about topical issues affecting geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And we have today, Buki Femi Ajala is with us. Good morning, Buki.
Yes, good morning. It's a bright morning, Wednesday morning. Yeah. So how are we all doing? Alan's family, wherever you are, how are you doing? I hope you're good. So for me, how are you too? It's an early start for you today, as usual.
as per normal, yes, as usual. Yes, it's my new normal. So yes, I'm used to it already, knowing that I have a power-packed morning, and one of the things I do is I go to bed early. You know, that's nursery rhyme when I was in school. Early to bed, early to rise. Yeah.
Nice. I did that yesterday myself. Because I know I'm going to have an early start this morning.
Yeah. I realized that it's true.
Courtesy of Fumi and Tom.
Well, it was nice to see you on Newspaper Review this morning, talking about something, not entirely different to what we would typically talk about, but in this political sphere, yes, it was different. Thank you for coming on that show, and thank you for being here as well this morning. This is work. Thank you. We appreciate you. Okay, let's get into it this morning. The first story we're going to be dealing with is this video that we saw over the weekend of a young girl, a lady who was chasing her siblings out of the house. I had been avoiding watching that video, but then, even though I knew that we were going to treat it, but then I decided to sit with it and say, let me watch, because I didn't want to be triggered. They say we should not say triggered. I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to get upset. Let me not say triggered with it. And well, yeah, I was upset. I was bothered. I was everything. I was angry because I was like, what is going on? Why are we raising entitled children? Are we raising entitled adults? Actually, yeah, a lot of people on the streets of Lagos or in the streets of Nigeria are entitled. And I'm seeing that this is boiling down to, parenting, how they are brought up. Of course, I can't put everything to the feet of parents, because I'm a parent, you're a parent as well. We do the best that we can do. But I was like, this what I just watched is deeper than its upbringing. Back in the day, at least I know for a lot of people, in certain houses, you grow up calling your older ones auntie or sister. You dared not use the if you're Yoruba for them. There was a level of respect that was enforced by parents. Make sure she's not your big sister, she's your auntie. Those kinds of things, and I see it lacking these days. So I personally don't think that calling someone auntie or uncle means that they respect you. I think that respect should be taught regardless of whether there's auntie or uncle in front of it. Once you have respect, then it shouldn't be hard to now respect someone who's older than you. But in this case, I saw that this girl has been housing, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, this lady has been housing her siblings. I think there were 4 of them. No, 3 of them, 2 boys and 1 girl. She has been housing them for a while, and she had it, to her limits because they disrespected her. She just felt they were just being very, very naughty, very disrespectful, and she's the one that is footing, the housing bill. And then one of them had said, "What do you mean? Which dirty, stinking house?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, what? You're living in somebody's house, and you're saying which house? What are you doing for me? You've not provided. You don't pay my bills. Do you know how much rent is outside? Ask anybody how much rent is outside. So regardless of why is the person even paying your bills, if you're working, you're living with your sister, you should find something to do. You should find something to even contribute to the household. I can't imagine myself living with somebody and I'm not doing my own due diligence to make sure, okay, maybe I'm not even buoyant, I'm not working regularly, but someone is entering from somewhere. I should be able to buy bread here today, plantain tomorrow. Something, if they have children, do things to help alleviate, the stress or the burden on them. How much more your big sister who's housing you in this Lagos, where rent is astronomically high. And then the other brothers who I thought would defend the big sister were not defending. I was just like, wow, this is just some high level of entitlement. And she was kicking them out of the house and they refused to go. No. I would have bundled, like, I would call the security guard. They sat by the door and they were insulting her. Oh, no. That was bad. Bookie, I want, so that I'm not, so, because I'm the first child of my family. And yes, my siblings have done some really, really interesting things, to say the least, right? But at the end of the day, they know that they're talking to their older sister. We've come to a place where, they know that it's their big sister. Even when they are moving mad, as the kids will say, they know that when they need help, once they call their sister, she will make it happen. So, but for these ones, when my brother was his landlord, I think, had increased the salary COVID year, and he was planning to get married then, and he didn't want to pay for another rent because him and his wife wanted a new place. He didn't even call me. No, he called my husband first to say, oh, is it okay if I come and stay for a couple of weeks or months? This was before COVID. Interesting, COVID now like got him stuck in my house. But he called my husband first, then called me to say, oh, I've spoken to your husband. I would like to come stay with you for a couple of weeks or months or something like that. And before, I think he didn't even spend up to 6 months and he had gotten his place and he left. So I'm just trying to, my brain cannot comprehend it. Please, Bookie, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I was worried that where are my ladies? I was expecting Susan to be here.
Yes, I thought she was going to be here too. Ibn Abba is going to be here this morning. Yes. Yeah,
so, but it's fine. But fine. I think Susan is trying to get in. But okay. You see, when I looked at that, when I watched that video, I'd watched it now for almost 3 days, right? Yeah, because you kept sending. And what I saw, I'll pick it in pieces. The first thing is that who is the man and the woman who raised these children? It shows that their raising up was defective. Very, very defective. Even if they are orphans, who was there to guide them? Who raised them? Like you said, that they had this entitlement mentality towards their big sister. Do you know what caught my attention? The report says that girl is 21. That was what caught my attention. How come a 21-year-old is having this kind of burden? That the 3 other siblings, 2 boys and 1 girl, are now living with her. Is it that their parents are in the village and they decided to join the girl? She's 21. How is she living? These were my own thoughts. How did she get money to get that kind of apartment? I don't know if you looked at that apartment.
Yes.
It's not an average apartment.
No.
There is a smart TV. That smart TV, I think, is about 65 inches. It's more than 55 inches. It's big and it's smart. And it's this modern day built, more like a service apartment, more like it. So I'm wondering, how did she get money? What job is she doing? Well, that's another story entirely.
Yeah.
Because she mentioned that I am tired of you. You people are causing me pain. You people are causing me charges. I had that. So that means her siblings are coming to cause her pain. I do not know
Yes.
what pain looks like. But
Yes.
charges, possibly they are running meter and they're not paying, because if it's a service flat, you know, I'm sure the meter, the lights, the water, and things
Mhm.
like that. So she's in pain. She says, you are causing me pain. You are causing me, you're making me go through pain. You're making me go through charges. So the question is, who raised them? Then these people that say, okay, that girl that said, after all, you've not done anything for me. I've been the one that have been taking care of myself. You have not even contributed to the rent. Then you're not even leaving a good legacy for the
Mm.
boys. I think the youngest one was a bit quiet, but there
Mhm.
was one of the boys that was very vocal. He was saying,
Yeah.
me, what do you mean? And blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Height of disrespect, the height of entitlement mentality.
Yes. Yes.
Because number one, it's a whole lot to rent, is a whole lot to feed.
Hmm.
I'm sure she's feeding. And then, of course, maybe the younger one, she's actually sending them to school. And that's why I'm saying that who raised them?
Hmm.
Is it that their parents just died suddenly now, that the four of them now had to move into that kind of apartment? You know, there's more to it, but what are the lessons for us now? So let's talk about the lessons for us. Number one, let us be intentional the way we raise our children.
Hmm.
We do not pray that things will happen and we are not there. But just in case, do you bring unity? Do you raise them in such a manner that they will respect one another and they will be there for one another?
Hmm.
Even now that, I mean, I've left my family house for a very long time, you know, and all that. The way we were raised, it's we are raised in such a way that, more like you say, that you contribute to the pool. I remember when I started working, you know, after the normal this thing that, okay, you respect, you honor your parents, you give them something out of your first salary, you know, depending on your family upgrading, you know. The next month, my mom, and she does that for everybody.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know, the third month is the third month. She does that for everybody. The third month, she'll now say, now that you're working, it's not that I cannot afford it, but I want you to understand that wherever you are, when you have that earning power, you also contribute. So
Mhm.
she will start by saying you are the one that will buy the toothpaste, you will buy, you know, those little things. Then those
Mhm.
that are working, or that have been working ahead, you buy food stuff, or you pay for light, you pay for this. You know, she will do it in such a way that everybody knows that I have to contribute.
Mhm.
So that was the way, you know, we were built. That even me, when I went to stay with my daughter when she gave birth, you know, I was telling her that I'm going to do this. She said, no, mommy, I will not. It was a tug of war. I said, no, I will take care of this. That's why the fact that I packed food, I packed everything. Oh, you understand? Because that is us.
Mhm.
That's us. They're not saying that they cannot afford it, but you know, the mere fact that you are also contributing your quota, and
Mhm.
more so in this palace that we're looking at, she's 21, for goodness sake.
Mhm.
You are putting all the whole bill on her, and you are making her to run charges. Probably they're just listening to music and
Mhm.
kinds of things, and they're not contributing, and they are not appreciative. They are not appreciative. So the lesson is this. I want to stop now. How are we raising our children?
Mm.
Are we raising them in such a way that when you are not even there, there's anarchy in their midst?
Hmm.
They're not, you are raised in such a way that they are not cooperative. They do not see themselves as one, and they are fighting. And
Hmm.
it starts from favoritism. This one's, you know, we talk about sibling rival.
Mhm.
So please, parents, how are we raising our young ones? Let's reflect that when you're not there, what happens? Do we
Mm.
do we raise them with a sense of appreciation Like somebody brings you into his house or our house, and you are not appreciative, and you are now loading it upon yourself that we kind of house. She should bundle all of them outside of that place.
Very, very. Yeah. I think this even opens up. You raised something, which is how is this 21-year-old able to even afford their lifestyle? Number two thing is that this has even opened up for me is the premature responsibility that we put on our children before time. Is almost like, I was thinking about this maybe last week. I said, I don't understand this new trend of, oh yes, I was driving to work, I remember, and I saw this, it was on Monday, I saw this child holding his younger one. This child is probably not up to 7, maybe 6, 7, holding his younger one, and they were both walking to the bus stop that early in the morning, and their mom was in front with a baby on her back. And I remember thinking, this woman now that she's giving birth, is she giving birth because she wants more children, or is she giving birth because she feels like she has an older child who can now be responsible for the younger ones? And then that child grows up with the mentality that I am responsible for my younger ones. What now is the duty of the father and the mother? But before we go on, hi Susan, we can see you. Let's go on. We have an ad break and then we'll come back.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 naira into a 200,000 naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned, because this is the game changer you've been waiting for, coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
Babe, I'm so sorry. You know I was wrong. I promise I will never do it again.
Don't let low airtime block your romance. Buy a new MTN SIM to enjoy 2,100 naira in airtime for 2 months. And with MTN Better Gist, you'll get 3 minutes extra for every 6 minutes call you make. MTN Better Gist is also available to all existing customers. To join, simply dial *123*2*1# or text PG to 312. T's and C's apply. MTN, what are we doing today?
Better play, better chance. 200,000 naira. Where you banye n'aka gị taa?
Gee kwantị ugboro atọ n'ụbọchị, a na ndị mmeri ga-apụta live na redio.
Naanị 500 naira ka nwere ike iji merie ruo 200,000 naira kwa ụbọchị. Sonye na Better Play ugbu a ma gee kwantị na redio mọkụọ elekere 10 nke ụtụtụ, elekere 2 nke ehihie na elekere 6 nke abalị kwa ụbọchị. A gị nwere ike bụrụ nke a kpọrọ Better Play.
N'oge mee ngwa ngwa zụta tiketi gị ugbu a. Zụta tiketi gị na www.betterplay.ng maọbụ bịa *347*154#. Ịchọọ ime ka ohere gị bawanye, ị nwere ike ịzụta tiketi ruru 20.
Mee ngwa ngwa soro anyị na Facebook at Better Play, na Instagram at Better Play NG maka ozi ọhụrụ. Oge iji emeri ego a eruola. Ị nwere ike ịbụ onye mmeri tata. Better Play bụ naanị maka ndị toruru afọ 18 ma ọ bụ karịa. Sonye egwuregwu a n'ụzọ ziri ezi.
Hello. My name is Adedoja Allen, MDC of City 1051 FM. On Friday, 20th June 2025, we hosted the very first edition of Shilis, and it was nothing short of phenomenal.
I decided to attend today's mentorship program because I'm very big on walking in purpose. So listen to Mrs. Adedoja Allen on the radio. I just felt, she's someone who knows what she's about.
Over 100 ambitious women came together to learn, network, and share experiences, and the impact was simply incredible. That's why I'm so excited to invite you to She Leads 2.0, a free one-day mentorship class with Me. This program is designed exclusively for female business owners, entrepreneurs, and aspiring leaders in middle management across industries. So join me and other female industry trailblazers on Friday, 19th of September 2025 at the Radisson Blue Hotel, Ikeja GRA from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
To register, text She Leads to 0916-620-3945. If She Leads 1.0 made the baby in your womb leap, She Leads 2.0 will make you soar. She Leads 2.0. Proudly supported by Radisson Blue Hotel, Providence Bank, and Asher Microfinance Bank.
Get ready for the ninth edition of the Voice of Women Conference and Awards, VOW 2025. Theme: Harnessing Men's Solidarity and Grassroots Women's Influence for Female Leadership and Governance. Mark your VOW 2025 calendar for Thursday, 2nd October 2025. At 9 a.m. at the NAF Conference Center, Abuja, Nigeria. VOW 2025 is a national conversation and solidarity for men and grassroots women working together for a national transformation to power more women in governance. To register, visit voiceofwomen.ng. VOW 2025 is brought to you by the Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio WFM 91.7.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
My people, something big don't land, and a money rain dey fall. Better play, better chance. 200k fit enter your hand if you try your luck. Oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, then they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 naira, you fit win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Better play, no dull yourself. Go get your ticket sharp. Buy them for www.betterplay.ng or just dial *347*154#. You want boost your chance? Buy reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at BetterPlayNG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people when don't reach 18 years fit play. Play responsibly.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here from Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
What are the consequences of corruption on the woman? Silence. Silence through diverse forms. Education, healthcare, laws and policies fostering unfavorable conditions to the woman at all levels. The woman agenda, breaking that silence, demanding accountability, transparency, and good governance. The woman agenda is deliberate and calculative in amplifying the voice of women. The woman agenda, Fridays, 3 p.m. on Women Radio 91.7, a platform on the way forward.
WFM 91.7.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to WFM 917, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is her lens, where we're talking about different hot topics, basically topical issues on issues affecting us worldwide. And because we have Buki Femi Ajala and Susan, even though I can see that Susan has dropped a call. Okay, Susan is back on. Right, so we're discussing the case of the young girl who has been housing her siblings, and she wants them out of her house, and then they were insulting her in the video that we saw. I had asked the question before we went on the break. I asked that, what do we say, or how do we deal with this issue of placing on premature responsibilities on the older children when there are younger children involved. It seems like these days parents are having children because they have older children to take care of them. For me, as the firstborn, I think I started taking care of my siblings from when I was 6. And to be honest, it was not something that I liked. I did not appreciate it. But I didn't, because it just felt like I was doing work that I should not be doing. And as an older, and now I'm older, now that I have my own daughter, it's something that I have to hold myself from doing, because it's so easy to say, oh, help me, help your brother do this. Oh, help your sister do it. No, you're the one picking them from school. Thus making it seem like, oh, the child that you gave, the older ones are now the ones that are responsible for the younger ones. And the next thing you know, was your sister not at home when this happened or when that happened? Hi, Susan, it's good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Buki. Good morning, Helen's family.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm good. A little bit stressed, fatigue here and there because I had to travel to Nasarawa yesterday to go to work.
Okay.
But I'm good.
Well done. Well done with all the work that you do. Oh, let me just give you like an update. So we had Mrs. Oboli. We talked about disability on Monday, yes. And she had tried to call, but we missed her calls because we were having technical issues. So she had sent a message saying that she wanted to speak because she has a child who's also living with disability. So I told her that, that's promised that we're going to treat it yesterday, which we did. And thankfully, she was able to call in on the show and speak. She pretty much echoed the same things that you said on Monday. Her son lives with cerebral palsy, and she had given the example of how there are certain kids in the neighborhood who used to also laugh at her son, and her daughter wanted to go as the lion of her family to say, no, I'm going to deal with them. So she said she had sat her daughter down to say, okay, while what you want to do is good, but let me educate you so you can educate them on, because sometimes they don't know. It could be that they've been talking about her son in their homes, in their families. She said, what are parents teaching their children? What are the things they talk about in the house? And if you remember, Ibinabo had mentioned that as well, that when she started a case where she went to see her friend and said, please, can you send your children away? So it was great to hear, her own take, her own personal experience on things. We wish we were here, but we understand that you had to go to work as well. So that was update. And then today we're talking about the young lady who wants to the video where she was sending her siblings packing. And my question really is, how do we tackle parents who are given parental responsibility? I think in the dictionary it's called parentification, to their children, parentifying them from a young age, because that's obviously what is happening in this case. Because where are their parents? Like Buki had rightly asked, where are their parents? Why are 4 children, is it 3 or 4 children living with the big sister? What happened to the parents? And if they now even come, if they say, oh, I want to go to Lagos, can live with my sister, there's obviously a breakdown in maybe parenting or whatever else, where those younger ones were talking disrespectfully to someone who's housing them. That's the only way. Because if it was somebody else, you will be begging. You will go on your knees to beg, regardless. Because the fact that somebody is housing you, that takes a whole lot. Please go ahead, Susan.
You see, for me, it also boils down to the moral decadence we see every day. Nobody, we don't uphold respect, as it were. Everybody just feels we are mates. If you could not live with your parents, I don't know where their parents are, I just flipped because you see me like this. Because of the whole drama on social media, it's not everything I take to heart, because I don't even want something that will be ringing bell in my head unnecessarily. So I looked at that, and again, we have discussed it on her lens. Not everything needs to make its way to the pages of social media. You are siblings. No one forced you. We didn't know when you moved in to live with her. So why are you bringing that out? You want us to tell her to take you back. What was the reasons? And then again, why did they leave home? Even as I am working, if I was living in Lagos, as long as I am not married and I'm in my late 40s, my mom would not allow me stay on my own. No, my mom will not. I have sisters who are working and they live under my parents' roof. It doesn't mean if you have the wherewithal to contribute, you would not contribute to upkeep and whatever. But there is this, I don't know how to put it. There is this thing. I was really angry when I was growing up and our parents insisted that is what they wanted. So me, as the stubborn one, I want to believe I'm the most stubborn and the eldest child, you know, I decided to say, no, I'll break this jinx. I will move away and live on my own. I would not even live within Lagos State. But be that as it were, I do not even have that burden of moving my siblings to live with me. Parents do not wear the pros and the cons because at the end of the day, with the way they were responding to their sister, you will understand that she was overwhelmed. There's a lot of disrespect going on. Look at how they were even speaking to her. Even as they were covering that whole thing. I don't know, because again, social media is a whole lot. Tomorrow now, we can be talking about it and you see that no, it was just a publicity stunt for likes and shares. So on the streets of social media, sometimes the more you look, the less you see. But addressing this as it should, a 21-year-old girl, teenager, young woman, whatever you might call her, has no business keeping 2 or 3 younger ones. Even if she has the resources, please send it to your parents to support your younger ones at home. They still need that nurture and care of our parents. They would not see you as that mother figure, except your parents are late. You can't handle them. With this Gen Z generation, hello, Mama Jadara. That is the truth. You can't do more than yourself. So parents also have a say in this. When your child is growing up and maybe she's doing 1 or 2 things, I wouldn't know, because we could say she's not doing something legitimate and she's actually doing a business or something. But do not belabor your child, because at that time, that child is drained emotionally, mentally, and otherwise. And you could feel the aggression she's transferring on her siblings. Let a parent be a parent and let your child be your child.
Absolutely.
That is that for me. Let a parent be a parent and let your child, if you have the resources, just like I live on my own here, at the end of every month, each of us would gather whatever we can and give to my parents to support whatever it is they have to support themselves. But please, let parents be parents and let children be children, so that at the end of the day, you do not regret. Is that 21-year-old fully grown, mature, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and otherwise to manage her own challenges, let alone that of her siblings? These are salient questions we should be asking, so that you do not even cause problem. If she's a badly behaved person, definitely the things her siblings are seeing there would also help to cause more disrespect.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
So that would be my take, actually.
All right. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you. Let's quickly move to the second story. I feel like we don't even have this one. We're going to have to carry it over. This one was from, I think, yesterday. A female pastor tells women to swallow the insult and cover their husband's shame if he has fertility issues. She went viral after saying this, that married women should never expose their husbands if they can't perform or father children. In her words, if you notice your husband is not a man or has a low sperm count, do not wake up before the public to say it. Take the insult, swallow the Take the insult, swallow the insult, and go cover the shame. She added that wives should be smiling in public, keep praying, and encourage their husbands to quietly seek treatment instead of killing him alive by telling people about this condition. In a society where Susan, wait, okay. Society where we already have a culture of shame, stigma of shame, somebody comes out. You know, one of the comments I said some of una mama no they get shame. You know how we always celebrate my mother is the best mother in the world, but look at this is somebody's mother. I don't want to, like, what are we doing? Susan, yes, go ahead, Susan.
So in my head, I'm wondering, make it make sense. That's just what is ringing. Do I agree that a husband and wife should be able to cover each other? But we live in a society where on your wedding day, they are already praying in 9 months' time. We will come visiting with a boy and girl, a jima, this and that. So I'm asking, this lady, year 1, year 2, year 3, nothing is happening. Nobody. It is very rare. You see someone asking the man, Oga, how far now? It is always the woman.
It's always the woman.
And so you are asking this woman, Kabiesi.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm wondering, I do not also believe in coming out to expose your partner or whatever.
Absolutely.
I also believe in trying to be that candid support system to your partner, whether male or female. But the truth is this: who would understand, including that man's family, who would understand that this problem is not coming from this woman? Who would understand? Who would shield this woman, including the husband, even when he knows the problem is from him? Why do we always say all of these things to women? And this is why these are some of the things that women do to also amplify patriarchy. As a gender person, why are we not being intentional? When we are talking of gender, we're talking of the man, the woman, the youths. Why are we not speaking to the men? Why do we make it about the woman? And at the end of the day, culture, society, family, the church are places of prayers, communities. We always fall back. Auntie Kilo Shele. It is the woman they will start bringing agbo for. It is the woman they will start casting and binding for her to conceive. Nobody remembers that it takes two to tango. Can we begin to critically analyze issues in our society and stop putting so much burden on the woman? You come out to say all of these things to a woman who maybe nothing, absolutely nothing is wrong with her system. The man is the one with this low sperm count, and without a functioning one, as a science student all of my life, there would be no child anywhere. Until we begin to address issues holistically, not just to put everything on the woman, we would not have a balanced society. We are talking of equality, equity. It will never be until we start to address issues as it should. What is she saying to that? Sorry, don't mind me. I will just keep going.
I want Buki to quickly say something before we go, and then tomorrow we'll tabernacle on it again, and Ibinaba will be around so we can have more voices before we go. Bukola, in a minute or two, please.
Okay, so let's tabernacle on it tomorrow. Let's tabernacle on it
tomorrow, because this one, I'm so glad that we're talking about it, because like I said before, culture of silence, stigma of shame, fertility is such a is, I don't want to say it's sensitive, is important, is something that has many marriages have broken because of this matter. Many marriages have broken because the man is the one at fault and they are putting the blame on the woman. Many men have allowed their women take the fall on their behalf, and we've not seen them defend their wives in public. If it was the woman that was at fault, I don't see nobody coming out to say this woman, the husband should say he's the one at fault, because we already know that men and their manhood, that's where their ego is. So it's so fragile, like it's so ridiculous. Do you know what? Let me hold my thoughts for tomorrow, because even me, statistics have shown that 30% of fertility issues is actually from the men. So typically when you have fertility issues, they will say, test the man first before you now start testing the woman, because the tests done on men are less invasive. We shall continue tomorrow. Thank you, my ladies, for weighing in. Please come with your gele. I want that gele that will be in front like this so that we can tackle this. And our wrapper, we're going to tie it. And I don't even mind if we talk about this tomorrow and Friday. We need to break this thing down, and so that women can even get their deliverance and their freedom from this thing. Because if this woman is saying it has gone viral, we should go viral by talking about this thing, so women can realize that, look, you are not supposed to carry the shame of your husband. It's different, like Susan said, if you're covering your husband, there's understanding there. But when you are carrying it to the extent that you're disappearing, your personality is disappearing, no, we need to look into it. All right, ladies, see you same time tomorrow, 9 o'clock, as we unpack even more of these issues. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Up next is Radio Doctor. You want to stick around for that. My name is Fumi Bangala. See you soon.
To sponsor the